That opens the starters back.
Oh, don't. Let me just look at what Vincent's killed so far. There was my ghost type, and my mill tank, and my love through. So let's see, that was our fighting normal? That what we lost?
Fighting on water. So that should open up Boggy and Scorp King, I think.
Oh yeah, fighting water, there it is. Boggy? Boggy available?
Boggy or Scorp King.
Boggy is grass, so we can use him, and that gets you a fighting type, which probably would have been really efficient for that fight.
Oh, he's not fighting yet.
No, but I guess that's true. I was gonna say you could bring him in, but yeah, that's true. He wouldn't have been useful till right after the fact. That's special. It's better than Violent. Got a magical grass attack on Flora, which is good.
Yeah.
Oh.
Grass terrain could be interesting.
I think I do it. I'm sending it. With a parting threat, the user lowers the foe's attack and special attack, then switches out. That is a great pivot.
Yep.
Because I can swap into Main Fu, who gets a free fake out and can swap back. The Main Fu gets healed because he swaps out. Oh wait, just kidding! You just killed my Main Fu! Who had the Why? Why must you kill everything I love?
Now it's a Breloom. Lock Punch.
Yeah, you learned Sky Uppercut at like 27, 28. They probably moved Sky Uppercut back if I had to make a guess. There's the Sunstone.
Didn't get Sky Uppercut.
Yeah, they probably moved it back.
Alright, buy that egg.
You sure you want to buy the egg? You don't want to, maybe go run to the bridge real quick and kill our next starter real quick?
Steal.
Steel's open, I guess. But Bronzor is so fucking useless.
When does he evolve?
Oh,
Fire.
Fire's open again, right?
Yep.
Fire and Steel. Although we're about to do a water gym, so...
Legendary Bell Liberty.
Liberty, liberty. What does that have to do with me?
Huh? Legendary. Arcanine is...
Arcanine?
He's not a
He's not
legendary, but in his Pokedex entry, he is the legendary Pokemon. You know, they always have a title.
He's a level... Oh, but guess what? I have good news. Move Turtle is now unlocked.
Yeah.
Move tutor. Do you learn anything? You don't. Okay. Vagrants. Oh boy, Vagrant's got some stuff
I
in
was
some.
to say, Vagrant should have a bunch of stuff.
Night Slash. High critical / dark. 70 power. He's physical,
Snarl.
isn't he?
Yeah, he's physical, so we'll give him a snarl.
Crotch chop. 100 fighting.
Yep. High crit.
He also can learn Zebra?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, that could be good on the water
Yeah.
with Misty. Headbutt a stab. Do I just drop the rest, you think? Probably rest here.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing I discovered. If you have 2 Pokemon with rest on your team, you can only have one of them asleep.
Yeah.
Because the sleep clause.
Yeah. It's, what is it? It's Baneri...
Fletchling.
Fletchling.
Yep, that's your last one.
So it's Fake Out, Drain Punch. Then
Swap
it's-
out the Fampy. Because it immunes the electric that you know is coming, then you get the free Earthquake. Your Sturdy keeps you alive. Sends out Ghastly. You need a free swap in for the Ghastly, so you just do chip damage with priority ice on the Ghastly to chip it down. He does an attack, it brings in your Fletchling for free, so you can do Brave Bird on him with priority, so you're faster. And then the next thing that comes out is slower than you, so you can Brave Bird again. Then you swap to the Bunnery, because Timber's faster than you. She eats a hit. You can play it one of 2 ways. You can Fake Out, then Healing Wish, or you can just Healing Wish. And then you send out the bird, he full heals. Gives you priority on your Brave Bird again, because your ability. Kills the Temper, and then one more Brave Bird, even with the helmet and the burn from Larvesta, kills.
Alright, let's have a look at the Tauros. Really nothing. Wow.
It's really only things that are already evolved in a later form that you're gonna see missed moves. Do you have any of those?
It will be boggy, surely.
Counter. Well, let's look real quick. It is a physical hits, correct?
Yeah.
So then, if we go to Misty, we know that her
Greninjas, or...
Frogadier has 3 physicals, and it would only use Grass Knot if the Grass move was super effective on you, which it won't, because you're Grass type.
Yeah.
So it will not prioritize the Grass because it doesn't do that. It doesn't. You're resistant to it. So it would pick, most likely, Flip Turn. By hitting you with Flip Turn and bringing someone else, you counter full damage back to them. You probably keep the Mega Drain for sure.
It's either
You're moving it way
paralyzed
too fast for me to
I can
read
get
what
rid
word
of
it is.
abilities, which may be particularly good in this run because everything has crazy abilities, it seems.
The problem is they swap too much. You're never gonna be able to get rid of their abilities in an advantageous way because they'll just swap,
Does that,
and then they get their ability back.
does that give them back?
Yes.
Or do you-
Anytime you take your Pokemon out of the battle, it gets the ability back.
So give him counter.
That's something you can play with. Counter into Mega Drain strats. That could help you defeat Misty. Because Frogadier and Floatzel, well, the Ice Punch is a little worrying,
Yeah.
but no matter how much he does to your Breloom, he dies to the counter. As long as Breloom lives through Ice Punch. You might even go as far as get your defense up on Breloom as your trait,
Yeah.
as your nature, because it doesn't matter the damage you deal with counter, because counter just doubles the damage that you took. So if you took 51% health, or I mean anything over 49% health, they die no matter what your stats are. So you just need higher defense to survive the Ice Punch. The problem is everyone else who uses ice moves in this fight is special. So the most advantageous thing to do is raise your special defense and hope that Frogadier goes for the flip turn. Because you probably do special defense up at the cost of special... Well, you might use special attack for Mega Drains. And if you drop defense, that's the time the Ice Punch is going to blast you. You're not Mach Punching this fight, so I'd say just drop physical attack for special defense up. Specifically because the only thing that buffs your physical damage is Mach Punch, or the only thing that is advantageous to use, because counter is not based upon your stats at all. That's why Lava Fets are so good but have such meh stats.
Alright, so let's see then.
So that gives you an option with Breloom. And don't forget, you don't have to go back to this guy to change the moves, you can just get to
Into me and you. You have a berry. You have a berry. Teleport me! Whee! Okay, Liberty was just extra, right? We didn't have anything else that fits that slot, do we?
No, so he just takes up a slot. What is his typing?
It's fire,
yours is
steel.
what? Steel. Got it. So he didn't learn a single thing from 1 to 27.
Yeah.
But let's see what the name relearner has for him. Extreme speed.
Thunder Fang, Crunch, Roar, Fire Fang, Flare, Blitz.
Damn, that's a strong fire attack.
Yeah. It hurts, though.
And I have the retaliate option, too.
No.
He also knows Crunch. That's an answer for the fucking Starmie.
Yeah.
So what does he currently know?
So is Thunder Fang.
Well, the problem is if you Thunder Fang, he swaps into Lantern.
Oh, yeah.
He was an Arcanine that knew Mud Slap. Perfect.
Puppy's playing the dirt. I don't know.
It's okay.
You're
definitely
getting
gonna...
speed.
Because that's priority with 40 instead of... or 80 instead of 40.
Yeah.
Fire Fang, we probably don't do this fight because they're all water.
Right. So really
I'm unsure about Flare Bits.
I mean, Flare Blitz will hit it still get cut in half, though. You might take Thunder Fang instead of a fire move.
That's what I was thinking
not
of.
Useful on any of them. Whereas at least Thunder Fang, after you've you can crunch or extreme speed the Lantern, and as long as you get the Lantern out of the picture, then Thunder Fang is actually usable.
And we have Intimidate, and his only physical attacker is the first one he sends out. So if I Liberty cuts his attack in half, and then I Thunder Fang, it will force swap into Lantern like 99% chance.
Right.
The question is, what do I do from there? Because I can't Thunder Fang it. What's my answer for it once it comes out?
Crunch.
The Lantern.
It's got to be Crunch, right?
Well, Crunch is just static. It's not doing super effective.
No, but it lowers defense, so you don't have a thing that'll hit him unless you're swapping out. But then he might start swapping as well. So I mean,
yeah.
The Obstagoon with the Seed Bomb or your Grass Fairy thing.
Well, the thing is, Vagrant can deal with Starmie or Lantern. Mm-hmm. And I think I want him for the Starmie.
Okay.
Because high crit, super effective, yeah. That's like ability to 1 or 2 shot. So I assume we're doing Misty. That's what you want to do here.
I mean, I figure. I mean, the other option is to risk losing 1, 2, or 3 Pokemon or wiping for the chance of
bridge.
1 extra Pokemon that we might not get.
1 or 2, yeah.
If we win Misty, we can power level past these people and destroy them.
The move we learned got better than Mud Slap, Ground Attack.
Yeah. Bulldoze.
The problem is he doesn't really have a purpose in this fight outside of a free swap in to soak a hit or something.
Yeah.
Can you learn anything else of value? We don't care, we don't care, we don't care. Nothing. Is there anything for you, Toro?
Isn't he super effective against the Lantern, actually, with Bulldoze?
Oh, you're right, because he is
Water ground.
electric, and he doesn't resist ground. Oh.
And I don't think the Lantern...
Hidden Power Grass. That's 4 times effective on Marchtomp. He has Hidden Power Grass.
Well, the issue is that Lantern, I think, has an answer for just about everything.
Electric, Water, Grass, Ice. Yep.
Wait, what? You said it has Hidden Power Grass? It has Hidden Power Dark on mine.
Yeah, I don't know why it changed recently. Because your Starmie probably still shows Icy Wind as her attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has Aurora Beam.
Let me re-roll the... Yep, they changed it.
Yep. They probably noticed opportunity to make it tougher.
We haven't updated the game, though.
Maybe the guide was just outdated and then...
Yeah, so I just said maybe the guide is wrong. I don't know now.
Who's special?
The big issue is that Lantern technically doesn't have super high damage. It's 90.
She's just beefy. It's very, very tanky.
But it is still the highest. It's the second highest special attacker on her team anyway. It's only 10 points down.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And look at the health.
Yeah.
That thing is...
So, I mean, I know I used that when the Janet came out, and Lantern's amazing. It's busted. Volt Absorb Lantern specifically is freaking amazing.
So have I moved past specials at this, or physicals? I have, right? With these new abilities? Yes. Fluoro.
Yeah.
So that means I can drop my physical attack for special at this point.
So what is
I think I did that backwards.
So you're saying we should probably open with Boggy for a counter and see if something crazy happens?
Well, my thinking here, right, is if you open with Boggy, right, you are a grass type.
Yeah.
The AI sees, okay, I have a super effective move on his grass type with ice. Am I faster? Because that's the first thing he looks at. If he is faster than you, he uses Ice Punch. If he is slower than you, he will use Rock Tomb.
56. Breloom should be faster.
I just don't know their speeds because the number is like...
Well, if you just comparing it to the base numbers, because they're using, that's what they have. They have the base stat. Base stat of the average base stat on a Breloom is 70, as opposed to what it says here is 56. So my Breloom should be faster than both the Frogadier and the Float.
We're looking at the special defense and not the speed.
Oh, speed 97. Okay, no, never mind. Then I'm slow.
But I don't see how anyone could have that speed. No Pokemon is that fast at this level.
Floatzels, Starmies, and Lanterns, I guess.
No, I don't think they're that fast. I think those numbers are off. But
it's not.
this
it's
is
not
how
like
you can
they have
catch.
actual the number 97. That's what they. I don't know how they calculate this. I don't know what the difference between actual stat and base stat is. But when they put the lists for the competitive stuff, these are the spreads they always use. These are the base stats that are affected by level and nature and blah 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 blah. But
He definitely needs. Is Crunch special?
you know, because like if I look at
No, it's just thank God.
like to be example, like my Breloom, you know, the base stat, it says the speed should be 70. And if I look at my Breloom, it has what? 51.
51.
Not the same.
And you have perfect IVs.
Yeah.
You have an
So-
S on IV, which means the max speed a Breloom can ever have at 27 is 51, because you have max IVs.
Yeah.
So, The only way 51 is better is if you have a nature increase in your speed, which is only 55, so I don't understand that 70, since you can only be at 55 with the nature and perfect IVs.
The base stats don't translate directly to what the actual stats are. Like I said, I don't know how they actually calculate.
That's why I was saying, like, if you're at, like, let's say you're 51, right? So this is what I did with Beth, just because we needed to know those numbers, because you just can't calc around it.
Right.
I saved, walked in, talked to Misty, and saw who went first. And then reset. Because I just need to know what the speed is, because that's what this website would be telling us if the numbers were accurate.
Yeah. Well, so the way you're supposed to be able to calculate it from the base stats is, like you said, we have the perfect stats, and they have the perfect stats. So that base stat that they use on the tracker thing, if the base stat of that Pokemon is higher than the base stat of the other Pokemon, that other Pokemon should always go first, because everything, and everyone's in their perfect scenario, and unless you use a nature to change it, that should always be higher.
Yeah.
So I don't know how, like I said, I don't know how they calculate it. I don't know what those, I don't know what this 54, 63, all of this is actually calculated.
The Lantern is slow, I know that much. I know the Lantern is slow because I've had the speed slow down on a 80 speed Pokemon, and with the speed slow at 80, I still was faster than the Lantern.
Okay.
I had to have 2 stages dropped before Lantern went before me.
So we're going to start with Boggy into the counter.
Which if he does what he should do, because counter, you have to go second, right? Does it force you to go second?
It makes you go second. You can't
okay.
Speed with counter. And so looking at the frog, everything.
The problem. I was gonna say the problem is he.
But he won't use grass now.
Well, I was gonna say he has the thing that makes him twice as tanky, but counter ignores that. So never mind.
The counter is
relevant. It literally doesn't matter what your stats are.
Twice the damage that I take. That's all that matters.
Yep.
Though if he flip turns, I'm doing that damage back to whatever's swapping in.
Which is okay.
Yeah.
Because the flip turn still hits you decent. You're gonna paralyze him because he made contact.
Right.
And you get free damage on whatever comes in. And you can restore the damage with a Mega Drain.
If I get really lucky, he'll want to swap to Starmie.
If he swaps into the Starmie, that's really good for you.
If Starmie dies, that's the only thing that...
The problem is, does counter kill Starmie? I don't believe so.
Huh?
And that's where you're in danger.
I mean, it depends on how much damage I take.
You won't take half your health from a flip turn.
Well,
Water
Starmie
is reduced on grass.
Starmie doesn't have a whole lot of HP, apparently.
Yeah, that's not the thing you're afraid of here, Vincent.
Huh.
That Psyshock one-shots you.
No, I know. I'm not trying to take the hit. I'm saying it doesn't have.
What are you doing?
Its base
what are you swapping to?
Its base HP is not that. Well, if I have to swap, but I'm saying it. But the counter might kill it.
So you're saying if flip turn does 30 damage to you, your counter kills the Starmie.
Well, because it's not going to actually be 60, but if flip turn does enough, if flip turn does enough to do half of whatever HP amount Starmie actually has.
So the question is,
because I don't believe counter does half or super effective. I'm pretty sure counter is fixed because of counter.
It's fixed. Yeah.
So, and Starmie has somewhat lower base HP. The only thing with lower base HP on his team is the Frogadier in the first place.
But he has the fucking protein thing.
Yeah, but that doesn't raise the HP either. So maybe if Frogadier tries to go for Ice Punch or Rock Tomb, I might kill the Frogadier, at least get that out of the way.
Well, I have 3 Mons that have answers for their stuff. Boggy's unfortunately not...
I mean, Boggy's good for Lantern.
He might be good for Starmie. Everyone else has grass. He can at least resist anything that Starmie does, but he also doesn't really have great options for Starmie.
I pretty much... I don't really have super effective any direct answers for everybody else. My, Liberty's not,
if I can get the Starmie to half HP, Brian does double damage.
Liberty has Feint Attack, so I have one super effective move on Starmie, other than hoping that Boggy gets the kill right off the bat. I guess, wait, did Floro have Pursuit? Floro has Pursuit and Payback. That's another option. Does the Frogadier like to go for the flip turn?
It does.
Because, Pursuit... I mean, it's not Stab, but...
Dark 120 is not going to be better than anything else. Like, the Magical Leaf is going to be 90, which is turned into 180 on anything in the fight. Yeah. And if I can get a Grass Terrain up, which heals me... Oh, you said Forest, so I thought you were...
Yeah, my Tauros has... I'm just trying to look at what other options I have if something goes
Tauros, yes. Yes, Pursuit is good for you, because he doesn't have anything good to contribute here.
Yeah.
So, you lead with him, you can Pursuit the swaps, and if you get low, you can rest.
Yeah.
Then you can get a swap in after the rest, after you, like, see what they've got out.
But you think that's better than going for the counter?
So, here's the thing with counter. It only works on physical.
Yeah, well, the
Frogadier is the...
Frogadier.
Yes, Frogadier is the only physical attacker.
It won't use Grass Knot, so it should be...
It has to physically attack you.
Unless she just flat swaps on me, she should hit me and take a counter some way or another.
The problem is based upon the AI. They only should swap if they have a status, an ability removed, or they don't have a super effective use on you, and another Pokemon they have as super effective. So because Frogadier has Ice Punch, it should either only Ice Punch, or it would flip turn to something that it thinks kills you better. But it should never just withdraw. Especially because they don't see you doing a fighting move, so they're just like, I'm not swapping out of a fighting move, it's not super effective on me.
Alright. I think that's...
Is it time?
Oh god, I'm dumb. I tried to save slot, and I apparently loaded slot, so I have to rename the Bronzer again.
How far back was that?
I mean, that's this one.
That was 40 minutes ago?
Well, but most of that was just talking about it. It wasn't actual stuff being done. I have to do the stupid move tutor again, but...
Why are you dumb?
I hit Shift F10. I don't think it's me being dumb. The emulator likes to do things wrong.
Oh, okay. So what would be crazy is if I was still faster, and they got me to a third, and they were at half, and I have a Torrent Brine situation, where it's boosted by 50% because I'm at a third, and then Brine does double if they're at half. Because instead of doing 65, it would do 130, and then you take Stab on top of that, which is another 65, onto 130, which is 195, and then double it, which would be 390 damage? Or the 290? 195 doubled. Yeah, that's 3... Jesus Christ. That's a lot of damage from a 65 damage attack. But a lot of things have to come right with that, and the problem is it almost never will, because 40 speed. Unless, of course, I was above half, they hit me and I drop to a third, and then I get the brine. So, what I'm seeing here is it loads states if you click F10, and it saves states if you click Shift F10. So, it didn't shift when you hit F10. You gotta hold Shift before you hit F10, because if you do it at the same time and it gets the input of F10 first, you're in the load state.
defense.
I think I lead with my Arcanine, which is kind of scary, because he's fire, but he intimidates the water, the only physical attacker that comes out first. And then I Thunder Fang to force Lantern out, because they should just swap, because he can't just take the hit, because he might not be faster. And I should take reduced damage. If I can get the free attack on the Lantern, I'm unsure if Crunch or Extreme Speed is better. They're both 80.
Whatever's the base. Oh, I mean, Crunch can lower defense.
Lower defense.
Unless you're slower, but you shouldn't be slower than that because it's not super fast and Arcanine's pretty
And the Lantern's slow, yeah.
So Crunch should be better because if it stays in on you, you should be able to maybe 2 or 3 shot it.
It just depends on how much damage I take from the Lantern, which... That's the gamble, right?
Here I go, then. Do you have to fight any of our other things?
Nope. Just like the other gym, you can skip it. You already did the move learn and everything? You have all the moves?
Yeah.
Alright. Is it time? Make sure we have berries. Everyone's got berries. Make sure all my EVs, my natures are right, because I don't know if you did your natures. No nature on your Tauros, so you definitely didn't. No, it's because you did them and then your game reset.
I thought I did those before, though.
Nope, you definitely didn't. You could teleport.
Oh, yeah. It's nice that I don't have to know that.
Can't use that here. You can't teleport. Okay.
Hold on. Now I can teleport.
This is definitely not efficient. The time it took for you to do that, you literally walked 3 steps to the left.
I don't know what you mean. It was necessary. Alright, you're adamant. What does Skarmory mean? It is adamant. Okay, it's the same thing.
I think we decided on the Breloom being special defense up.
Yeah,
is counter.
Yeah, I did those 2.
Okay, those 2 are good?
Yeah, I put special defense up on both the other 2.
Save state?
F10. Go.
Alright. So, I lead with Liberty. I get the Intimidate. I Thunder to pull it out. And then... Here we go. Done. Done. Thunderfang, she withdrew. She does the Lantern. We knew she would. We Crunch here. Crunch is faster. She went with Ice to slow me down.
The Ice Punch. It becomes Ice.
Ooh, it hurts, Vincent. It very much hurts.
Effective. Frogatier's dead.
The Lantern low with 1 HP. That's a damage roll. I call redo. I have to look at it real quick. I have to know. I have to know if that was a roll. I'm literally doing the exact same thing I did, but I need to know. Was that a damage roll? Was that just RNG? Same thing. Thunderfang, she go. Sir? Thank you. So Crunch, I'm faster. He wins, so that he's caught up in my speed. He Scalds, which really hurts. And Extreme Speed. Okay, he does just live there. Well,
That's really unfortunate.
we're still at the same point in the fight, and literally nothing changed. So I will lose Liberty here. That sucks. Lantern's almost dead. So is it you that has the thing? You can swap, but that doesn't deal damage.
Oh my god, I don't have an answer for this. I can't kill the Starmie, I don't think. Why does it burn every time? Liberty. There goes Boggy. There goes Fluoro. Here goes Vagrant. Yeah,
Wait, why are you just instantly wiping yourself? Why are you doing that?
What can I do?
I don't know. I watched you speed through and just throw everyone in to kill themselves. Why did you do that?
What was I gonna do?
Try to win the fight instead of just going, oh, I lost one thing, time to just throw the whole thing away?
I didn't just throw everything away. I tried to swap to something else to do something. It immediately got burned, and it did 6 damage. And it got 2-shot. I swapped around to everything that I had. Everything was already below half HP.
That gets us flip turn and... Oh, I got through Misty and we only lost 1, but you fucking did it again!
I don't know what you want me to do. I didn't have a way to kill the Starman.
Reload it so I can watch the fight. Reload it. Let's see. I need to see what you did. We're already wiped, but I need to see it. Make sure you swap to the correct thing. The counter out.
Okay. Counter it. Ice punches. Eats berry. He's dead.
Correct.
To Starman.
We don't want Starmie to hit you.
No. I swapped to Fluoro.
No.
Why not?
Because we know what attack she's gonna do, correct?
But that's what I did. We know that it's gonna try to hit me with
What are the moves that would hit you with? It's gotta be Aurora Beam, right?
For Aurora Beam.
So you would swap into what resists ice the most, which is your steel, correct? Liberty? Does Liberty not resist steel or ice the most?
Steel.
Because she's your best answer because she's psychic, so she is not going to get affected by psychic. But she also has steel, which should resist the...
I did Sideshock.
Well, you swapped in Vagrant, but it still resists, see? So here we would... Do we just air cutter? It's probably just air cutter here. So Scald's water, that's gonna hurt. Does. Yep, the burn happened. Which is right before your air cutter, so the attack got cut in half.
Oh, it's special,
gonna...
so that's just my shitty special.
Oh, that's just your really bad damage. Okay, so back out of this Pokemon. We know she goes for an air cutter again. It's probably Liberty now.
Skull, burn.
Does it burn every time?
Yes,
why is it burning every
It
time?
burned me every time last time.
But it's not supposed to.
It did it 3 times in a row, and this is now it's been 2 more times in a row.
So fight. You'd have to go for the hypnosis to try to get a clean swap.
I died last time I tried that.
I mean, we're just sending it because it's a 1 in 3 chance on a psychic user.
I got the hypnosis thing.
So now you go Taurus because you have to have the dark attack from Tauros, and she swaps. The lantern's out now,
I just hit Hornet.
which
Maybe a hit I can hit. Icy wins.
at Icy wins because that slows you down.
Slow me down enough, so Icy wins again.
Now you would swap. You would swap here because it got you 2 stages of slow, right? And we know Liberty dies in this fight, so you sack Liberty. Liberty dies because that was always its purpose. Now you bring the Tauros back out, and now you don't have 2 stages of reduced speed. One attack again, kills Lantern. You're full speed now, with 2 down. Floatzel comes out. We probably do one attack, then a rest, then a swap. Was he faster? He was faster than you there, so we definitely swap here. Because you won't get rest off in time, right? Because he hits you first. So we need to go for... Let's see... Water resists the grass. But are you fast enough to hit him before he hits you? I think you need a clean swap for the Boggy, so you have to Vagrant here. And then that clean swaps Boggy in, which gives you a Mega Drain option. You have to send the Mega Drain. He Ice, it hits you for 40-ish. It crit. It was a crit. The crit mattered. If he doesn't crit you there, you Mega Drain and then you win the fight. But that crit mattered, so you got burned a bunch and you also got crit. I mean, that's hard to play around. Your team was a little bit weaker for coverage than mine because I had 3 that learned grass moves.
I swapped the Tauros in before into the Starmie because it was the one that had the dark attacks that did damage. And
Yeah, the fear for her though is that you need to hit her with the dark when you have a clean swap. And so we sacked Bronzor, and it did give you a chance to win that fight, but then you got crit. And if you get crit after getting burned twice on a not guaranteed, it's like, it's cursed.
Yeah.
Well, do we go again, or were you calling
no, I
it
need
there?
to call it there. Also, apparently the stream crashed at some point during all of that for some reason. Because I know we've been going longer than 40 minutes.
Oh, it does say 40 minutes.
Weird. But alright, we'll pick this up another time. We tried. We at least got...
I mean, I got
through Misty.
I did kill her. I only had the Arcanine, which, to be fair, going into the Misty fight with an Arcanine was risky, and I knew what I was risking, but we got through it.
I mean, you need
Boggy didn't even come out, which he was supposed to be my possible sack, and then I ended up being able to do it without him.
Yeah.
But, unfortunately, you needed more grass.
We'll try it again later.